about to make his way to the ring, being led by Father James Mitchell. This is Vampiro.
Since he was revealed as the Mystery Man, who was haunting Raven's every move back in mid-September, his attacks, his assaults have become not only more public, but more demented as well, and along with that, the bullseye on Vampiro has grown to the point that tonight, Vampiro and Raven finally square off. Finally one-on-one, but under very unique conditions, Don.
Remember, Mike, the ultimate goal of Raven is to get to Father James Mitchell. First it was Sin, then it was Slash. Vampiro is stage 3.
Since the beginning of time, man has sought to know the unimaginable, to shake hands with the intangible, to measure the abstract with concrete gauges, to fit the mind of the infinite within the imagination. Welcome to Raven's Clockwork Orange House of Fun. Quote,
And his opponent from the Bowery, he weighs in at 248 pounds. This is Raven.
Raven makes his way to the ring, and you're right, Don. He's in one mode, revenge mode, personal retribution. 2 phases completed in his 4-step plan. Both new church members, Sin and Slash, dealt with. Still standing, Vampiro and Father James Mitchell. We talked about the unique rules, the unique stipulations to this matchup. Whether you call it the Hangman's Whore, whether you call it the Gallows of Retribution, Dream Blood is what Raven has referred to it, and you can see as he comes painted for battle, Dream Blood painted across his chest. Here are the rules for this matchup. There are 4 dog collars that are hanging on each rope. The way that you win this match is to take the dog collar, place it around your opponent's neck, hang him over the top rope until your opponent can no longer continue.
Mike, we've seen a lot of firsts here in TNA, and this is another one. Whatever name it is, the Hangman's Whore, the Gallows of Retribution. Dream Blood, as you can see it painted on his chest as he called Father Mitchell and repeated it to him 3 days straight. Raven is so focused on this mission, Mike.
Dream Blood may turn into a nightmare for one of these 2 wrestlers. You know, Raven last week referred to the Roddy Piper, Greg Valentine dog collar match. Yes, the most famous dog collar match in wrestling history. 20 years ago, that match took place at the original Starrcade, and Raven promised to bring the brutality to a level that was not even achieved by Piper and Valentine. And when you think about it, this match has all the elements to accomplish exactly that. Feeling out process here in the early going.
Well, you know, there's more to it than that even, Mike. Raven, this is the first time that he's ever seen Vampiro one-on-one in TNA in a match. Vampiro's always come in at the end. He's always run in when the odds were in his favor. Now Vampiro's got to take Raven on one-on-one. Well, I say that, but he's also got Father Mitchell there on the side, so you better keep your eye on him.
Off the knife edge chop.
Oh, great counter by Raven.
Vampiro goes airborne, committed himself, and that allowed Raven to get the knees up, and now Raven trying to position the dog collar around the neck of Vampiro.
Wisely, Vampiro got out of the ring, but Raven follows right after him.
Cat and mouse game as Vampiro drops to the floor. As soon as Raven is there to follow out, look how quickly Vampiro jumps back in. Raven tossed a steel chair, 1 in, a second steel chair tossed in, make it 3.
Think about this, Mike. This is a match so unlike anything they've ever been used to. I mean, there's really no rules. The fact that you gotta hang him over the rope and make him, I mean, until he can't go on any farther.
And really no...
It's not pinning or making people submit.
No precedent, as you mentioned, first time ever. Sit-out powerbomb that time by Raven on Vampiro. Going to try and get the dog collar in place. Close to having it around the neck of Vampiro.
It's obvious to me that Raven's been it's just a little bit more in control right now. It's almost like he's envisioned this match in his head, and he probably has.
He did. It was his idea. I mean, think back to a week ago. This is another match from the sick, tormented mind of Raven. Drop toe hold, face first goes Vampiro into the steel chair.
Again, though, Vampiro wisely lets his momentum take him out of the ring, because as long as he's out of the reach of the dog collars, he can't be hung.
Raven methodically makes his way around the ring. Follows up the advantage as Vampiro is in trouble out on the floor as he got the dog collar in.
He's got it on him, I think.
Dog collar is positioned and put into place now. He's got the dog collar
Here it
around the
goes.
neck of Vampiro. Remember, you've got to take your opponent, hang him over the top rope until he can no longer continue.
Now Vampiro's got to do everything he can to keep that link of that chain slack so that he's not being hung at any point.
Look at the forehead
Already
of Vampiro.
busted open.
The blood flowing down the head as Raven now using the steel chain as a weapon.
Look at that as the steel's knee the flesh.
Yeah,
Look at the pain that's causing.
The unprotected flesh of Vampiro. The contact with the steel chain and the slugfest now. Both men with big clubbing overhand rights.
Vampiro somehow trying to hold on, and he's got to, but he lost grip of the ropes, and here it goes. Raven using the force right there. He's hanging Vampiro.
And the blood is pouring out of the head of Vampiro. Father Mitchell in the ring with the low blow. The great equalizer from ringside, Father James Mitchell. And did you see, as the pressure was applied to Vampiro, how the blood was squirting out, flowing from his head?
But it seems like Raven's always got to deal with the 2-on-1 factor, Mike. Oh, nice kick by Vampiro. Could be the edge that he needs to get the momentum right here.
Yeah, always the danger when you bring the weapon into play, as Raven brought those steel chairs in earlier. It could backfire, could be used against you, and that's exactly what happened. And now Vampiro has freed himself from the dog collar, and that's equally as important, Don.
Absolutely.
Because now Vampiro has an opportunity to unleash his own offensive attack against Raven.
You can see Raven still wobbly right there as he's trying to get a grip on where he is, and Vampiro takes advantage of it again.
I mean, think about it. Vampiro has to be a little wobbly, too, even though he connected with that amazing kick off the top because of the lack of blood, the loss of blood, rather.
And, you know, not only the loss of blood, Mike, it also takes up the oxygen from you when they're pulling you like that.
Well, especially when the dog collar's positioned around your neck. That's where this turns into a very, very dangerous situation. Crowd at the TNA Asylum, many of them on their feet, chanting for Raven. The Go Raven Go chants, and Raven now has been busted open as well, both men bleeding from the head.
I've never seen the human body meet with steel so much as I am in this match. I mean, you've got the chains, the chairs, the
steel safety rails.
The steel safety rail, the steps.
Vampiro.
Oh, Raven's busted open. I don't know if we can see that.
Vampiro measuring Raven, catches him with the boot out on the floor.
I was watching my monitor. I didn't see Vampiro coming up like that. That guy creeps me out.
Right in our faces here at the broadcast position, and now the blood flowing down from the head of Raven into his eyes, not only weakening him. Yes,
oh, look at this!
Blood.
Have you ever seen this? He's wrapped the chain around his head and headbutting him.
Steel chain that he's using as a weapon by wrapping it around his head, and then those continual headbutts and the vicious follow-up punches.
It's backfiring. Raven's dream, Raven's plan right now is backfiring on him.
Think of what was promised. Brutality and violence taken to an unprecedented level, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
Vampiro somehow got the momentum, and look at here as he's posing for the crowd, getting another chair. You'd think by now he'd be trying to go for the dog collar, but it's almost like Vampiro just wants to make it to when he puts the dog collar on him, it's just going to be easy pickings and just flinging over the rail.
And I don't think that's bad strategy, because if you're trying to position the dog collar around your opponent's neck and he's not sufficiently weakened, it allows him to fight back. And look at Raven fight back, and I thought he was going to go for the DDT.
Oh! Vampiro countered it and put Raven right in the chair.
But with Raven's own move.
Absolutely.
He used the DDT.
Insult to injury right here.
And that may have knocked Raven out to the point.
Oh, he's got him.
Where he can put the dog collar and cinch it in and lock it around his neck. Vampiro is close.
You know, the part that worries me, Mike, is how does a referee know when a guy's had too much? How does a referee know when a guy can't go any farther?
That's the referee's decision, and
look at this.
This is where it gets very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen.
Raven trying to show referee Andrew Thomas that he can still move by moving his arms.
There's that point where the lack of oxygen, the flow of oxygen to the brain is cut off, and it could cause brain damage, and that's something that makes this among the most dangerous matches ever.
Oh my God, Mike, this has just been brutal. Raven looks like he's going limp right here.
He is. This is because the flow of blood and the flow of oxygen,
you can see it.
It's being cut off to his head. It's being cut off to his brain.
Think about this though, Mike. Neither athlete wants the referee to stop this. They want to just keep continuing the damage. Raven wants to let him know that he's still alive, and he is.
Raven will not allow the referee to say that he's unable to continue. Raven back up to the ring apron, trying to fight back.
Blow after blow. Oh, and he took him into the ropes. Raven needs to get the dog collar off here, Mike.
Drops down, throat first goes Vampiro across that top rope. Raven fighting back, despite having the collar around his neck. Short arm clothesline, and I think that's exactly a strategy. Raven taking the dog collar off.
Raven showing resilience beyond any kind of human measurement, Mike.
Stiff kick to the face.
And he,
Now
he's got him.
Clothesline takes him, knocks him over.
Now Raven trying to do the same thing that Vampiro did. Wear him out just enough so it'll be easy to get the dog collar on him.
Oh, went to try and bulldog him.
Password kick by Raven, hit perfectly.
Tried to put him face first into the steel chair. Vampiro avoided that, but you're right, he didn't avoid the kick.
Looking at the opportunity right here.
And again, Raven trying to get the dog collar, locked in. Father Mitchell pounding on the apron, showing his concern as he looks on, because let's face it,
How can these guys even keep going, Mike?
Vampiro is the last remaining block between
Look at
Raven
this.
and Father Mitchell.
He's putting a second dog collar on him.
First one already in place, he's got the second one in. Now what?
What's he doing?
Going underneath the ring to get a trash can. It's pretty obvious what Raven's strategy is. A helpless Vampiro. He's gonna try and knock him. Gonna try and knock him unconscious.
Two.
There's the hat trick. A third one to the head. Vampiro unable to fight back at all. Both dog collars locked around his neck, and
Oh, he's trying to get him off. Wait a minute, Raven. While Vampiro is trying to pull the dog collars off, Raven's putting a table into the ring.
Vampiro trying to get the dog collars off. He can't do it.
He's disoriented, Mike. He's got one off, though.
Vampiro to his feet, you're right, disoriented, just hanging. Limp, his body limp, hanging over the top rope.
Trying to catch his breath. Look at that.
He whips him out, and think of the whiplash effect. When the weight of your body in Vampiro's 260 pounds, and he can just go no further, and the stop from the chain, the dog collar around his neck, and the low blow.
A low blow by Vampiro. Perfect timing. It's going to give him a chance to get the collar off, and he has. Can Vampiro? Oh, he's licking his own blood. That's a sick individual right there, Mike.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's almost as if the blood, as much we saw earlier when Abyss snapped, Vampiro is using the sight and the taste of his own blood to try and fight back, but Raven cuts him off.
Raven's going up high. He's got a hold of him. Vampiro trying to fight it off.
Gonna try and DDT.
Oh, man, he DDT'd him right into the table. But a pin doesn't do him any good here.
A pinfall means absolutely nothing. Pins, submissions, that doesn't count in the Gallows of Retribution, the Dream Blood match.
Think of all the accumulative damage, Mike, that this is causing the human body. These guys are going to be absolutely in pain and misery for weeks to come from this.
And Raven appears to have the dog collar secured. That's step one.
He's got him
Step two
over.
is to
Here
take
it
him over
goes.
the top, which he's done. He's hanging him over the
Oh,
top.
man, look at this. He's got his foot on the rope, and he's pulling Vampiro, fighting for all that he's worth.
And again, here's the danger zone gone. The lack of oxygen, the possible brain damage. It's up to referee Andrew Thomas to decide when he can't continue.
Oh, you can see there that Vampiro's doing everything he can to keep some kind of slack on the chains.
It's like he's turning purple.
I know it. He can't breathe.
And that's not face paint.
Oh, he's saying he's done. He can't continue.
Raven!
He did it! He completed step 3, phase 3 in his revenge mode plan.
It's over, but
Look out,
Raven.
Mitchell, Father Mitchell.
Oh, Raven was able to duck.
He went to throw the fireball and he missed it.
He was able to duck.
And look at Father Mitchell bail to the back. He tried to throw the fireball, but Raven was one step ahead of him.
Now, we're gonna have to have some help out here.
What are you doing? I had him!
Raven up.
I said, it's mine. It's personal. Please, you gotta let me do it on my own. Get out of the ring. Mitchell, I know you're listening. I promised you that I would take out your men one by one by one. All that's left is you and me. Dream blood, Jim Mitchell. Dream blood. Next week, Jim Mitchell, you and I, last man standing.